Welcome, adventurers and world builders. In this video we are going to have a look at the basics of YARPS story management. Here we can see how our world changes through adventures and heroic deeds, and how it comes to life while YARPS automatically documents all developments. At this point in time, the YARPS story management is organized in scenes, sessions and storylines. In the future, we will also be able to organize our worlds and adventures in campaigns to separate different stories or player groups. Several other features for the story management are already under development, but we'll get back to this. Let's talk about our story now. Our heroes have offended the Duke of Sunyan and made a powerful enemy. Luckily, they have already made a plan how to find a solution for this problem. To prepare for the execution of their plan during the next play session, we'll start by creating a new session. A session consists of a collection of game scenes the players are to experience during one play session, or which they have already experienced in a previous session. GMs use sessions as their tools for preparation and during play. At the same time, they serve as memory aids, research tools and searchable chronicles for the players. Our players will later get access to this session and its scenes. Therefore, we enter all information that is meant to remain secret from them in the respective text box. That way, our players won't be able to see who betrayed them, even after the session has been concluded. All other information of a session, including those entities that are hidden initially, can be shared with the players via a simple command in the future. This will be possible for both individual scenes and entire sessions at once. Each session consists of a number of individual scenes that we want to prepare. Besides preparing a scene's sequence of events, we should also ask ourselves where the scene is taking place, which characters are involved, and which other entities could be relevant. It is crucial that we link all important aspects of the scene. Apart from locations or characters, this could also be an item, for example. The entities of all scenes will automatically be linked to the corresponding session. Sometimes it can also be a good idea to link to an entity that isn't a direct part of any of the scenes. Maybe it's the theme, the trigger or motivation of the session itself. Step by step, we'll create a closely connected network of entities that YARPS is able to understand and process. In this way, we also get a comprehensive reference of all entities we're going to need during this play session. YARPS Intelligence Search does not only consider the name of an entity, but is also able to find, for example, the inhabitants of a location under the location's name. Similar for individual scenes. New events will be added automatically to the record of all linked entities. Therefore, you can easily find out which characters were present during the break into the Ducal Palace or which items were stolen. Scenes can be managed in the Scene Overview. Here we can integrate new or previously created scenes, rearrange the sequence of scenes, delete scenes or move them to the next play session, and of course we can also insert new scenes spontaneously in the right places. Not everything that happens during one play session is necessarily part of the same storyline, however. Maybe a character receives a letter with bad news from home that will only become relevant in a future adventure. Through creating and linking different storylines, YARPS is able to keep up with our changes and arranges the corresponding scenes for us to a bigger picture. Another important feature of the story management will be the change events we've planned for the future. After their implementation, they will allow us to populate our encyclopedia automatically with the outcomes of an adventure. For instance, we can expect that our heroes will find themselves in prison after their plan has failed. We can create this development as a change event. When our story takes this turn, we'll simply mark this event with a single click. Once we reveal this scene to the players, YARPS will update all affected entities in the encyclopedia and the changes become visible to the players. In the future, we will also implement the option to have timelines automatically recognize such events within entities. A calendar that can be adjusted freely to the calendar of your game world is already under development too. No matter if the months in your worlds are named after deities or a year in your world has exactly 333 days, it's no problem. You can configure your calendar entirely to your individual requirements. YARPS will use it to organize and sort all of your chronicles and sequence of events. You'll also be able to visualize political influences, newly erected structures, or other developments on maps or within entities in relation to specific points in time. This way, you could indicate the growing resistance against a tyrant or trace the travel route of your characters. The YARPS story management allows you to plan and document your stories, as well as create living worlds that change over the course of your games. Have fun and see you next time.